Welcome to the Bad Cats Club. Last time we talked about snacks, this time we're talking about table settings. First off, make sure it fits what you're doing. If you're having a kids' party, you might not want to take out the crystal glasses. And if your in-laws are coming, you might want to spend a little extra money on those paper plates. And you know, for Halloween, it's always good to go out with black china and bad drinking glasses. That's not what I mean. So our base for a good table setting is the tablecloth. I like the plain black, but if you want a little bit of color, you can always match it with a nice orange underneath. But keep in mind that it's not just about looks, it's also about functionality. Like this one, it looks great, but there's no room to place anything. Same goes for table placements. Make sure you place your table so it's easy for your guests to get up and leave if they need to. Because people who drink, you know, they need to pee a lot. It's also a good idea to place the holes close to the kitchen so that they can get up and get stuff without too much trouble. The next thing we're going to talk about is what to keep in mind when assigning your guests their seats. Seating arrangement is a good idea if you're getting people together for the first time that are not really used to each other. And so you can make good decisions about seating who next to who. Here are some tips to keep in mind. First off, think about who's coming. Are they forward or shy, or do they have a very specific interest that just can't shut up about? Why are you looking at me? As the host, it's kind of your job to make sure that everyone has a nice time. Like, you need to have a nice time too, but you have to do your best to make sure that everyone is comfortable. So if you know that one of your friends is especially socially awkward, you kind of want to sit next to them, sort of help them get the ball rolling with the other guests. And if you know a person who just can't stop talking, why are you looking at me? It's a good idea to keep them a little bit away from you, so they don't hog all your attention. Now, sitting the perpetual talker next to someone who is super shy really is a good idea, because that way that person can do all the talking and the one who's really shy can just kind of sit back and relax and not feel the need to do anything. Also, if you have two people with a very specific interest, you might think it's a good idea to sit them next to each other, and it is, unless they have conflicting views about it. Because you don't want a screaming match at your table concerning whether or not Silent Hill Origin is canon. Why are you looking at me? So just keep in mind what your guests' traits are and how best they can interact with each other. And even though they never met before, you're still gonna have a nice dinner if you do it right. Do you know who else used this seating arrangement? Jesus. So the next time you're confused about table placements and guests, just ask yourself, what would Jesus do? I am Dolikisse. This time we looked at table settings. Next time we'll be looking at appetizers. Happy Halloween.